Yeah.
and motivation and
Can
inspiration.
There is no subject that's more important than education.
Yeah, and today
None.
today we have one of the founders of the Teen Warehouse. I'm super excited to have her here. And one of the students, the other person we have is a part of the Teen Warehouse, and they both go to Howard
Wow, nice.
University. Who we got, Miss Tina?
We have Tariah Hyland and also Janasia Blake. Is
Ladies.
it Janasia Blake?
Hey,
Okay,
ladies.
fantastic. Nice to have you here.
How you doing, ladies?
Good. How are you all?
Thank you. I know you're in the middle of class and all that at Howard. First of all, how's college life?
Yeah.
It's been a journey, but it's good. It flies by super fast. You know, I'm a junior now, so
Wow.
it's been going really fast, but it's great and nothing like an HBCU education.
I hear that.
And I'm always curious, what is your major?
I'm a junior political science major, legal communications minor from Wilmington, Delaware.
Okay, great.
How about you, Ms. Blake? How you enjoying it?
As a freshman, I love Howard so much. Like, I've grown so much within the first semester. I cannot wait for the next semester.
That's
love
great.
it.
So for one semester behind you. So what are you looking forward to? Well, first of all, what are you looking forward to giving back based on your experience with the Teen Warehouse and how important that is to connect with people who could use the types of things that you use? So what is the message that you've taken away that you want to give back?
Honestly, the biggest thing I want to give back is knowledge. A lot of things are available to teens that are trying to apply for college that we aren't aware of. So I have been exposed to a lot of scholarships and mentors and people that have surrounded me and helped guided me into getting into Howard. And I want to give back those resources to help
Fantastic.
someone else.
How about you, Ms. Hyland?
Yeah, so I actually didn't have as much experience within the Teen Warehouse as Jameer, as you know, being one of the founding teens, and then Janasia being really immersed into the Teen Warehouse culture. But just the brief introduction that I did have to the Teen Warehouse was really powerful, just to see how much of it was teen-led and spearheaded, and really driven by students and the work that they're doing. And so that has been really impactful for me, especially being able to look at that and observe it, and now apply that to my experiences being in college.
So Tariah, when the Teen Warehouse first started, you were there at the very beginning. What types of challenges did you find, or did you use any knowledge that you had gathered from similar programs? How is it? What was that? How'd you get started as a founding member?
So I actually wasn't a founding member of the Teen Warehouse.
Oh, okay.
So Jameer can more so speak to that experience. But like I said, I only had more so the volunteer experience with the Teen Warehouse. But I wasn't necessarily there in the beginning, which is something that I wish I was a part of. But unfortunately, I didn't know much about it until
Gotcha.
later.
How about that takeaway? Like, what did you learn there that that you're using now as a junior in college? I remember when Logan had the idea and he was pitching the idea,
Yeah.
and a lot of people frowned upon the idea, right? For
Yeah.
teens, by teens, and teens
Right.
created. But what did you take away that you're now in college? Come on, Howard, right? And you're just like, hey, this is like DSU made me. Like, what did you take away from the warehouse?
I think just, again, that significance of it being so student-led, student-driven, that, approach to centering student voice was really impactful for me. So then being in college, already feeling empowered as a student and as a leader, it has really impacted my trajectory on leadership in college. And more so on a larger scale within Delaware, when I was in high school, I had a lot of I was really immersed and involved in community. I had the opportunity of serving as an expert witness for House Bill 198, which was a mandate in Black Studies education within the state of Delaware. So even that experience really empowered me as a student and as a leader. So then when I got to Howard, I was even more fueled to do well and to dominate the space that I was in. So I, got really immersed into student government and civic engagement work on campus.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, just jump right on in there.
Yeah,
and Tanasia, in addition to the studying and your schoolwork, do you have any extracurricular activities, Janasia, that you're involved in? I know as a freshman, it's kind of hard to, add extracurricular activities right out of the box. Are there other things that you're doing?
Yes. So with this being my first semester, so far I have joined an organization called Ladies of the Pod, and basically they are geared towards sisterhood, scholarship, and service, and they have really assisted me this semester with getting acclimated in the Howard community.
Yeah.
Now, I saw on LinkedIn, I follow her on LinkedIn, right, Ms.
Yeah.
Hyland, and you guys got a little scholarship going on. Tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, so Jameer and I, we started our first inaugural scholarship fund called the HBCU SOAR Scholarship. And that's something that Jameer and I have really been passionate about since we had even been accepted into Howard. And now as we have matriculated as juniors and, have been really immersed into the college environment, we have really grown immense pride for the state of Delaware and all that we received with being students that come from a small city, specifically Wilmington, Delaware. And so something that is really near to our hearts, Jameer and I, is service and pouring back into our communities. With Jameer's experience with the Teen Warehouse and then my experience with, advocacy within the state of Delaware and empowering student voice, we have really been passionate about service and pouring into youth. And so a way that we figured out to do that was to create a scholarship fund for students from Delaware that were pursuing an HBCU education. Because we've seen firsthand the financial burden that, not only going to college, but sometimes going to an HBCU may present. And so we decided to do something about that and to play a role in impacting students that are coming from our state, which is why we created the scholarship fund that, we're able to, offer mentorship in addition to the scholarship for the students. So Janasia is our first recipient, and we're really looking forward to making it an annual initiative.
And how is it that students who are interested can access information about the scholarship fund?
Yeah, so we just concluded our first cycle with, our new recipient, Janasia Blake. So next year we'll be upping up our marketing. So we'll be posting it on social media, and we're going to try to work on getting it published in more Delaware networks, but it will be opening in June of next year. And that'll be like more of an annual reoccurring basis where it'll be every June, and then it'll be yearly.
Now, you got to come back and when it opens, right, so we can tell the people, so you can tell the people, hey, this is what's happening, because I would love, I thought it was, just seeing that, right, just how my grandma used to say, warmed my heart, right? And so congratulations to you both for starting that and giving back, because a lot of people, when they get out there, they don't come back. Right. But thank you for coming back. But Ms. Blake, I have to ask you as a recipient, what was that like for you?
I was so honored to receive this scholarship. Honestly, I admire Jameer and Tariah. They have put in so much work since coming to Howard, and I want to follow in their footsteps. And I know from the mentorship that I'll have the tools to do so.
I love it. Now, let me ask you both. The question is for both of you. Knowing what you know now, leaving Wilmington, I'm from Southbridge, East Side, right? And for you leaving Wilmington and now, out there and seeing what real world experience is like, right? No mom, no dad there with you. What advice would you give the students at the warehouse to get prepared, or whatever it is? What advice would you give them?
I would, go ahead, Janasia.
Okay. My advice to teens at the warehouse would be to take that leap of faith. Put in the work early so that you can benefit from it in the future. Honestly, some of your friends might be out partying right now or doing other things, but you should be focusing on your future and focusing on setting yourself up for success.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. And Tariah?
Yeah, I would definitely say to really lean on your village. I think so many people, especially young people, try to run out of Delaware and just leave everything behind. But going away to school really stressed the importance of your community at home and your village. So I would really emphasize that to students. Don't be afraid to lean on your community. Don't fully depend on them, but it's okay to lean on them and to, receive support from them, because, when things get hard, when you're away from home or when you haven't yet found your community, you can always go home and find that safety, or, lean on the safety within your village. And then also something I would say is like to do things scared, because it can also be scary, leaving such a small town that Delaware is, and, finding the world, all that's in the world ahead of us. And it can be scary, but to do it anyway, because that's where real greatness is within that scary feeling. But it's, where, the great things are is, being able to do those things even when you're scared.
I love it. I'm always believing in future thinking, right? So you graduate. What's next for you when you both finish college? What's next?
Who do you want to take?
So I'm coming up on it. It happened so fast. I literally remember the first day of my freshman year like it was yesterday. And so now being a junior, I've been thinking about it more recently. And so right now, I'm definitely going to be going to grad school and getting a master's in public policy, and then eventually maybe going to law school. But that's where I'm aiming towards now. But I don't know really specifically what I'm going to do after that, but I do know that I'm going to pursue a career of impact and change. And whatever that will be, I know that all of the work that I do will be centered in that.
Well, the legal profession can use more people like you.
That's right.
I'm
such a fan of y'all. I am. And I tell you what, when you're doing your next scholarship, I'm going to tack on $500 with you. All right. I'm happy for you ladies, and my main man. I appreciate what you're doing because it means so much.
Absolutely.
What's the song? Children of the Future.
Yeah.
Let them lead the way. I'm happy you the kids of the future. So I'm yeah. Oh God, Miss Blake. Okay, what your plans after college? What you gonna do?
So after I earned my PhD, I want to become a forensic psychologist, and I want to work within the criminal justice system to support people's mental health and guide them to making healthier lifestyle choices. And then after I get acclimated within my career, I want to open up a nonprofit organization in an underserved community, either Wilmington or somewhere near Howard. And it will be equipped with like mental health services, holistic treatment, and ultimately like a safe space for people to come, like free of worry and harm, basically.
I love it.
Well, congratulations, Ms. Tariah Hyland and Ms. Janasia Blake. Congratulations. Much success to you as you go through Howard and beyond.
Oh, God. I'm just sitting here like, I'm sitting here like just, I'm happy for you ladies and my main man. I'm happy for y'all because, again, it's not like we're talking to someone that lives, on the East Coast.
These are our peeps.
These are our people. They're homegrown. North side, East side, West side, South Bridge.
Thank you.
I love it.
And Teen Warehouse.
And Teen Warehouse. Shout out to Teen Warehouse and
Yes,
Logan
and Mr.
Aaron
Logan.
and the whole staff over there for doing a great job. But ladies, this is not about them. This is about you. So we like to say thank you for doing what you're doing. And we're going to make sure we keep you ladies and my main man in our prayers and in our wallet.
Yeah. And keep it up.
Thank you so much.
Keep it up. Keep it up. Thank you now.